Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Let's get this going here because we have a lot to do today. Many things have to happen. Crimson, Dr. Avalanche, welcome, welcome, welcome. Many things to do in the old RimWorlds here today, including leaving. And I don't know how that's going to affect our paralyzed links here. Hopefully we're sending some sort of forwarding address to wherever it is we're going. How long? Actually, you're out of here in 2.7 days. We can actually wait. We can wait that out. That's fine. I'd love to get the biofuel refinery fired up. That'd be my ideal. Do I? I need those power conduits. I need a little bit of everything around here. Kate, welcome, welcome, welcome. Kate, do I want to stick around for the paralyzed links and the chem fuel, or do we just want to blow this taco stand? Rob, my vent guy's here. Excellent. How was my getaway last weekend? It was awesome. We had a great time. I gave my last $2 to a drag queen. It was a fantastic weekend. True story, by the way. So, no, it was a really good time. It was, it's 2 weeks too little. I wish it was longer than a weekend, but we had a fantastic time doing that. I think I'm going to stick around for the paralyzed links issue. Buzzkill, welcome, welcome. I'm going to stick around for the paralyzed links issue and see if we can maybe get some chem fuel sorted out. But to do that, I need steel. Actually, I've got 99. I need 150, though. That's the problem. I don't know, there's too much else here I can do. I could try and fire up the smithy, see if we can get something made. Hey, Bertha, are you done with your baby? You're putting Igor somewhere safe. The Lynx is kind of worth it. It's not a fantastic reward, but it's an okay reward. Could you fuel up this smithy, please? Just get that fired up. And then we're going to try and do some steel out of cement slag. Syrincha, welcome, welcome. And see some steel out of slag and see if we can get that rocking and rolling there. Hang on, coffee needs to live inside my face. There we go, much better. Martin, welcome, welcome. So we'll see if we can get enough steel to make the biofuel thing, to make the chem fuel, to fuel the ship. I don't know if any of that's going to come together. And this is the wrong thing. I made the wrong thing. Well, we're off to an excellent start there. Deconstruct that, please. We don't need that anymore. It wasn't the smithy I want to make. It's the smelter. They both begin with the letter S and M. So you can see my confusion there. How did we get a paralyzed links? Great question. I'm glad Event Guy is asking the important questions. Event Guy would ask that question. If you're a vent guy and you go into a house to, talk vents, and you see a paralyzed lynx, your first question is going to be, how did you get a paralyzed lynx? I see where you're going with that. We got a paralyzed lynx as part of I believe it was a royalty quest of some sort. So quests, not the deep finger thing. That's just weird. So yeah, we're lynx sitting. All right, and we're going to get a book on that. It's a pretty decent book. It's on Melee. It's not an ideal book, but it's a pretty decent book. And all we got to do is take care of a paralyzed lynx for another 2.5 days, which I think we got that covered. So yes, deconstruct that. That was a terrible idea. Yep, didn't need that one at all. All right, that's going to put me up to like 145 on steel. I'm almost there. If I can find 5 more pieces of steel from somewhere. I've already looked at the beds. None of the beds are made from steel. None of this is made from steel. Couldn't you build the biofuel thing in the new wing of your ship so you don't have to make it over and over? The biofuel thing, you can't pack it up. I would love to put it in here, but I'm going to make this into a bedroom. I could maybe pop it over here. Your idea is sound, Crimson. HNMOR, welcome, welcome. Your idea is sound, and I see where you're coming from. You're coming from a place of logic, and you're not new to this channel, so you know that ain't gonna fly. You're coming from a place of logic and sensible things that normal people would do, and I'm coming from a path of geniusosity, hashtag geniusosity, because like the modern Prometheus that I am, I have gifted the world with geniusosity, and we're all just going to have to learn to cope with it. So your idea is sound. As I recall, you cannot break down this, so I couldn't pack this up when I make it. So you're right, if I'm going to build it anywhere, I probably should build it in here. The problem really that I'm facing is a complete lack of steel, and I am going to make this into a bedroom of some sort. I'd like to start getting people their own individual bedrooms as best we can, and Bertha, Stench, and baby hairy Igor here are the great contenders, because that'll take 3 people out of this room and into this room, which I'm going to make right now. So what do I have a lot of? Marble. Perfect. Okay, let's make this nice. We got a couple of days that we're going to be sitting here, so let's make this nice. So if I did, can I get a double bed in there and the baby crib? I feel that I can. Okay, so let's do a door there, because I'm going to want the bed there and the crib there. So the door over there. You know what? Let's make it nice. Let's do some nice marble flooring in there. So we're going to do marble tile all in here. This is going to be just delightful. We'll do a little, where's my power in the ship? Perfect. Let's do a little light here-ish, like that. Okay. It's not going to be a fantastic bedroom. It's just going to be a bedroom that'll start moving people around a little more. And that will still leave me space to execute Crimson's idea of putting a biofuel thing maybe right here. And we don't have to steal for it anyway, so there's no point to leave that blueprint up. Let's see if we can execute that plan. We won't, but let's see if we can at least get the plan vaguely started. So biofuel refinery kind of works, yeah. Boy, that's going to be a little noisy for Bertha and Stench and Harry Igor there. Why'd you put a generator in the ship main hall? It generates heat. Sure does. Yep, got to put it somewhere. That's why. The answer is got to put it somewhere. It's got to go somewhere. This is all about space management. I don't have space. I've devoted most of the space to food, which I'm going to go ahead and say is actually a very, very smart thing to do. Because if we don't eat, then where we put the generator is largely irrelevant, really. DeHook, are you still working on the mining thing? Wow, you're terrible. You are so awful at this. You're going for that one, really. That's the one you're going for. Have you even gotten to level 1 yet? I bet you haven't. No, you're still mining 0. Oh, that's right, you're genetically terrible. I forgot about that. You're not just terrible. You're genetically terrible. You're actually a -8. It's going to take you 9 levels just to get to level 1. DeHook, we're going to change gears here, kid. All right? I forgot you were genetically terrible. Yeah, you're off mining now. Just go into number 1 hauling and number 2 on cleaning. Just do that for right now. And take care of the paralyzed lynx. Do definitely feed the paralyzed lynx. I'd like to see if I can get maybe another shelf would work over here. That I could squeeze in there. This is all space management. So you could squeeze another shelf in there. And then maybe I could get like one small shelf in there or something. I'm not really sure. We'll kind of see as we go along. Lynx check is 2.2 days. So we want to plan to be out of here in 2 days. Because I know the threat is not coming for another 14 days, but this map is useless for steel, and that's like the number 1 thing I need right now, is lots and lots of steel. Let's get things moving a little bit faster here. The bedroom is coming together okay. Medical treatment. Oh, you guys are having a fight. Well, that's dumb. You guys should stop doing that. Like just stop. Okay, there we go. We've stopped, and we're going to go to bed now. Great. Well, that's 2 people out of action. Excellent. Excellent. Great, we're already down 2 people. Well, Bertha won't care if I move her bed then. So move that down there. Oh wow, that's a tight spot, isn't it? Can we still get the crib in here? No, not Igor. Don't move. No, not none of that. Just move the crib, please. I don't even know if this works. I don't think that will cause a pathing issue. It might. Wow, that's the worst bedroom I've ever constructed ever. And DeHook apparently can do animal war call. Good news there. I don't really care why they fought. It's not really my problem. They can sort their own nonsense out. Jayhawk, welcome. When the lynx gets over its paralysis, it'll probably have an excess of energy. A hyperlynx. Aha! I see what you did there. Hyperlynx. I like that Bertha's feeding Igor right next to the paralyzed and probably hungry lynx. It's fun when we have fun. Berg, how'd you fare in that? You basically okay? Yeah, you're fine. You'll be fine, man. Just a few bruises. Why are you building the chem fuel generator on the ship? Is because we can't build it before we go elsewhere. No, we can go. We can leave at any time. We have chem fuel. We just don't have completely full tanks. So we're going to be limited in how far we can go. The problem with and perfectly logically, I should build the chem fuel thing in here because we need it permanently. I know. Logic is not what you're tuning in for, Agent MOR. You're tuning in for live genius. That's what you're tuning in for. So, it does actually make sense to put it in here because we need that all the time. And you can't deconstruct them. You can't pack them up. So we may as well have it in the ship at all times. It's not what I want. I would like, I don't know, a television or a pool table or something. But this is what we've got right now. I don't even have space to put up our table yet. That's my next move when we land, is to extend this area, move the engine all the way down to the end. You know, near the explodey bits, really. I want to go as close to the explodey bits as possible. And then maybe get some vague kind of dining room in here. It's just an easy one to, you know, take out, is them not having to whine about not eating at a table. It's the worst bedroom you ever built, and it's an amazing bedroom in Odyssey. True. It's all about space management here. I'm shocked we're leaving the dormitory concept here. Hey, to Hook. Oh, you're feeding the links. Excellent. Could you work on moving all of this stuff, please? I'd just like to kind of see it in action. And can you move the crib with baby hairy Igor in there? Please say yes, because that's a very exciting thing. No, not right now. Okay. Try that again. Nope. Okay. We're going to need Igor out of there. And this can also be for Stench. I mean, they are married. There's no reason they can't have the same bed. That's the whole point. So that goes and that goes. And then eventually somebody will pick up the baby and we can move the crib. And hopefully none of this will bork pathing in any way. I don't think it will, because they can walk over many things. I've actually had worse hotel rooms than this. Seriously, we have, Mrs. Dave and I. We've had worse hotel rooms than that. We've had less space to work with. Okay, coffee is handled. I could deconstruct this. I don't really need this anymore. Again, concept of just leaving, just getting out of here. And if we're going to go that route, what are these beds made out of? Granite? I'll take some granite on the way out the door. I'll take some granite. Pack up the tailoring table. Just, we don't need that anymore. We won't bother with the chairs. I can make chairs anywhere. Chairs are fine. Don't actually really need the light anymore either. They're, you know, a little bit of steel in there. How about the fire foam popper? Do those things maybe have a component in them? That might be kind of fun. Oh, hang on. The baby's gone. Stench, can you prioritize moving the crib, please, while the baby's not in it? Thank you. All right, put that down there. Well, we're getting steel from somewhere. Oh, we found enough steel. Oh, excellent. I don't know where we found it from, but we found enough steel. This is still bigger than the one I had as a kid. Yeah, no, Mrs. Dave and I, we went to London. That was about the size of our hotel room, including the double bed. Well, great. Let's get some chem fuel made then. So make chem fuel from you. I don't know, do it like 10 times, if you can. No, actually, that's a lot of chem fuel. We don't really need that much. Do it like 5 times. And the shelf is up. Good, that's better storage space. That'll help with the storage issue. I don't need 2 tanks, but I'd like to have 2. I'd like to have more tanks, actually, if we're honest about things, and we are. I'd like to have more tanks in there, so we could go further with each jump. I think about where we're going to jump, and we kind of talked about this yesterday. We know where we're going to jump. So we want to head in this direction to get down to this mech relay. Because that might have another, well, it does have another grav core. I don't know what else it's going to have. I don't think we're going to be able to make it there in one jump. Definitely not. But we can probably get about halfway. What's over there? Lava! Oh, good, there's lava. It's called Betty's Hellscape. Oh, Betty, you rapscallion, you. It's Betty's Hellscape. With lava. If we wanted to go in a different direction. You see, that's just granite and sandstone and some berries. Wow, Betty's Hellscape. That might be a little bit advanced class. Maybe we go over to the nice grassland. And we don't go to Betty's Hellscape. It's a little further away. What's this one? This is... Okay, mountains, caves, and a river. It's Scarland. Everything is toxic. And the animals are toxic, and there's mechs everywhere. Okay, let's re-examine the grassland thing. I think the grassland sounds delightful. Absolutely delightful. I do. I think we're going to go in that direction. It's not where I want to go. Speaking of which, wasn't there, I feel, somewhere in here, there was a gold mining site? That might be a completely different run that I'm doing. I'm playing 4 different RimWorld runs, 3 on the channel and 1, for my own time because I don't play enough RimWorld. Maybe that was in another one. I thought there might be a gold mining site. It's a hellscape, Resme. It's Betty's Hellscape. It's Betty's Hellscape. I think we're going to go grassland. It's going to take a lot longer to get there. A lot longer. I'd like to hop over the desert. So we'll see how far we're going to get when we make the jump. But I'd like to hop over the desert. Yeah, nobody seems to have a problem getting into this bed. And that, again, opens up a little more area here where I could put some shelving or something along those lines. And then when this is extended, I'm just pre-planning this in my head. I'd like to open up this too. I'd like to get more of the piloting area up there. Hellscape does sound wild. And, you know, there's nothing specifically wrong with wild. Kate, I don't know where you live. Maybe you don't live near lava. But I'm concerned when you start throwing around the word lava. Okay? Lava. And hellscape in the same general geographic areas. Hang on, coffee needs to live inside my throat. Another fuel tank would be a good idea, Jayhawk. Excuse me. I just got back from work and I spend all of my time at work talking, so then I come here and talk more. Another tank would be a great idea. It's not going to hurt. It just means we can go further with each jump. Maybe. Here's what we're going to do, Jayhawk. What we're going to do, like any good corporation here, we're going to put a pin in that. Okay, we're going to put a pin in that, and then what we're going to do after the pin is we're going to circle back to it. Circle back. Okay, so we're going to put a pin in it, and then we're going to walk in a big circle until we get back to the pin. All right, we're going to circle back to that. We've done harp for no real reason. We didn't need harp, but harp exists. Pemmican might be a nice idea. Because then we could make some really terrible food that's going to last a long time. Where else could I be going? We've done hydroponics. We've done batteries. I should throw a battery up at some point. Could get into xenogenetics, sterile materials. Do prosthetics, because nothing pleases me more than ripping off a perfectly good body part and replacing it with something mechanical. That's just how I like to spend my day, frankly. DeHook's writing on the floor. That's a stupid idea. Could we get somebody on number 1 crafting, please? That's supposed to be... Oh, it's Berg. And Berg's down. Berg, if you don't get up, you don't come with us on the ship. Just saying. You can live here forever for all I care. I don't. We can start to get rid of all of this. Deconstruct that. We can deconstruct all of those power conduits. That'll be a teeny tiny little bit more steel coming in. Like that and that. Yeah, get rid of all of these conduits. And then we can actually get rid of all of those too. So deconstruct all of the sandbags. There's perfectly good cloth in there. And yeah, I'm waiting for Berg to get up. Long story short, I'm waiting for Berg to get up. All right. I wouldn't actually mind having a dedicated hospital area inside of here, but I think for right now it's going to have to be next to the chem fuel tanks. Just crammed in a corner there. That's the best we're going to get. When I get more space for shelter, I like to start organizing these a little bit better in terms of knowing where things are at any given moment. Never trust a non-body-minded person. I agree, Buzzkill. If you don't have at least one mechanical part, I'm not interested. I'm just not. I don't need those power conduits either. Deconstruct anything that's outside the ship that we think we might want to walk away with. There we go. All that's done. Stench is all over that. Stench, there's not really a lot else to deconstruct. How is your crafting skill? Are you any decent at that? Oh, God, no. You're terrible. Knife's rather good at it. We could take a break. Actually, DeHook's not bad. Yeah, DeHook, you get in on that. Take care of the links and make chem fuel. Not like at the same time. Don't poison the link with chem fuel. That'd be a terrible idea. All right. Yeah, there we go. DeHook's in, doing some chem fuel. How full are the tanks? 220 out of 250 and 180 out of 250. That's fine. With what he makes, that'll top those off nicely. And then when we go somewhere, we'll make some more, and that will kind of influence my idea of whether we want another chem fuel tank. You didn't want to maybe put it in the tank, did you, kid? You took it to the tank, and then you just sort of left it there. I know it's a separate task. Don't whine at me. How long on the links, by the way? 6 hours. Great, good. So any last-minute things, we'll definitely want to grab those pieces of steel before we leave. But apart from that, I think we're just kind of out of here. Berg, you're going to have to get... And okay, Bertha's really taken over the ship. Except she's fully healed now. All right, so you're back in your bed with Harry Igor and Stench. Berg, could you come over here and rest until healed, please? 3D printed hand. That's wicked cool. I want one of those. I will chop off my own hand right now. Can we give the 10-year-old with the tail a flamethrower? Eventually, sure. We're going to have to either buy one or go down the anomaly route a little bit until we figure out how to build them. But absolutely. Absolutely. We can absolutely give a small child with a tail a flamethrower. Probably set his tail on fire. I would. Definitely set my tail on fire. I wish I had a tail. It would be handy. I mean, I'm assuming prehensile. That's what I'd want. Like the monkey thing. I'd want a prehensile tail. Not just like a regular tail that just sort of slops behind you. Nobody wants that. May as well wear a train. But I like a prehensile tail. I feel I could get a lot done with one of those. Hang on, coffee. Yeah, see, Bresme's got the right idea. This is not a democracy. This is a Dave-mocracy. So you guys can poll all you want, and at the end of the day, I'm going to go with genius. Live genius. Hashtag geniusosity. Yeah, we're going to go... I'm kind of just keeping half an eye on the links here. Oh, you're already here. The shuttle's here. Hang on. Slow it down. Oh, come on, Stench, Bertha. Could you not? We've already got one baby. You're not pregnant again, are you? No. Not at this exact moment. Oh. Guys, come on. Okay, you know what we're researching next? Fertility procedures. I think we need to take a pair of scissors to Stench. Yeah, that's going to have to happen. So, auto-load, obviously. Bertha, you're right here after the thing that you were doing there. If you've got enough energy, can you carry the links to the shuttle, please? Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, so that'll be, well, it's a book. Any last-second food we should be getting in. I mean, the rice is great, but we're pretty good on food. We've got 50 meals, 5 packaged survival meals. Well, that's about it, really. But I think we'll be okay on food. We'll be able to put together some food fairly soon. Launch the ship. There we go. And where's my pods? I just saw them. There we go. Boom. Bertha, I'm going to need you to go get this book. Go get that book, please. Sorry, don't read it. Haul it. Thank you. You can read it later if you want. I'm just saying don't read it right now. Knife, what are you doing? Nothing. Doing absolutely nothing. Okay, I think we're out of here. Betty, you're right. A t-shirt for Betty's Hellscape would be good. Spikelow Girl, welcome. Thank God you're here. Nobody's reminding me to do things. Everyone's telling me to do new things. Okay, so is everyone actually here? Berg's here. Knife could be here momentarily. Yeah, okay. Berg's the only one I'm worried about because he's injured. So let's look at... Yeah, let's look at a launch. I want to go northwest. It's kind of northwest. Do I want to land in somebody's backyard again and murder them? Because that was wicked fun the first time. These people have got toxipotatoes. A lot of them. These guys have got logging. That's chocolate. We just go on a chocolate raid. Oh, chocolate raid. Fun. All right, we're out. Launch the ship. All right, get this going here. Yep, stench and knife. That's fine. 31% quality. Oh, goodness. All right, off we go. Everybody get in. Berg, get in. Yep, knife. Make your way into the ship, please. Everyone just kind of file in here. We need to find anywhere that has steel. Oh, knife. Good job just grabbing those pieces of cloth on your way in. That is very industrious of you. Good job, knife. You might become my favorite. All right, yes, we want to launch. Yep, I know. Everything will get destroyed. Okay, how far can I get? I can get about halfway there. All right, so maybe not the actual desert. Temperate forest. Slate and granite, mixed biome. Okay, year-round growing. What's this? That's the, is that the chocolate one? That's the chocolate farm. Okay. I'm not ruling out chocolate murder. Murder for chocolate. How many people are there? 2 people? Uh-huh. We're terrible. We're terrible people. So we're being chased by mechs, and our response is just to jump from farm to farm, murdering people and taking their stuff. We're terrible people. But it does kind of have everything I need. I don't know if it has steel. We can only hope. I think we're going on murder for chocolate. Mrs. Dave would love this. Mrs. Dave would totally be into this. We're going to go on a raiding party specifically and only for chocolate. We're terrible people. We're just awful. I should have made us into cannibals. I really should. Okay, this is awful. We're terrible. We're already attacking. They're already not keen on this. Where do they live? It looks like they live up here. Well, first of all, do I see any steel this time? There. Okay, I see some there. Probably some others around here. Maybe, he says, there's some over there. That's cool. Oh, definitely. Okay, much better map for steel. Much better. Well, I'd like to set up down here, and I'd like to leave plenty of room to expand the ship. So there's steel here, and there's steel here. So I'm going to move the landing zone, again, with plenty of room to expand, like that. Okay. And then we'll murder. Steven, we're terrible people, Steven. I can't stress that enough. Steven, I don't really know how to put this together for you. I'm gonna. Oh, there's been a thruster breakdown. That's fine. We'll repair those. What is the gist of it? They're broken. Okay. And how broken are they? What do they need? Yeah, I know they're not connected to a grav engine. They will be. People will fix that. So Steven, let me paint you a picture. We're on the run, as you know, and the mechs are hunting us, as you know. And we had an opportunity to go 25 tile radius. Anywhere we could have landed, anywhere. No people around, plenty of resources. What we've chosen to do, Steven, is land next to, I can only assume they're Swiss, because, you know, the Swiss are into chocolate. So we've landed in Switzerland, RimWorld Switzerland, with two Swiss people who make chocolate all day. Delightful chocolate. You know, the kind of, like, really high-end stuff. Like the sort of thing you'd gift somebody. Not just like a candy bar. We're talking like high-end stuff. Like, it's got the name on it. You know it's really high-end chocolate when it has the name of the chocolate company, like, stamped into it. You know you're eating high-end chocolate there. So we've landed in Switzerland at a very high-end chocolate production area, and we're going to murder everyone and take their chocolate. Okay? We're terrible people, Steven. We're terrible people. But we're kind of committed because we landed our spaceship in Switzerland, and then they said that's no good. They said in whatever they speak in Switzerland, which I believe is actually 4 different languages: German, French, English, and something else that I can't immediately recall. They have 4 national languages, which is wicked cool. They said in one of those languages, I will use English because it's the language I happen to speak also. They said that's no good. Those people are coming for our high-end chocolate. Before we can even stamp the name on it so you know it's really high-class chocolate, we had better go murder them before they murder us. So the attack is on. We're going to put a team together here and go fight the Swiss. Bertha, hang on. Bertha's got a baby. Bertha, we've already done a whole run where the mother carried the baby into battle like a shield. Could you maybe... No, be undrafted. Could you put your baby away, please? No, don't. Just drop the baby. Just don't have a baby. Yeah, putting Igor somewhere else. Good, put Igor somewhere else. Just don't have a baby with you when you go into battle. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Bertha, now you're back. Everybody come up here. Okay, everybody come up here. Are they coming to us? They are. Okay. Well, there's Mr. Swiss person number 1. He's got one of those fun hats and a bow. Bertha, if you could hustle a little bit. We have Swiss people to murder for chocolate. Okay, just everybody kind of come in this direction here and murder the Swiss person. Murder him? No, yeah, go murder. Oh, you're not in range. Are you really not in range? You can't hit that? He's very obvious and very Swiss. How can you not hit this person? Come in here, where he isn't. Well, he's being very wily. Armadillo is being exceptionally wily by running away from us. At an accelerated rate, I might add. Stop it! Just come here and be murdered for your... Oh, hang on, we found someone else to murder. Never mind. We found someone else to murder. We're not very good at this. Okay, that one's dead. DeHook, you want to sort of hang out here? Yeah, okay, let's not advance on Armadillo. And they're trying to... Oh, you're going for the baby. Harry Igor, fight back. Go, Harry Igor. You're going for the cooler, aren't you? This has got to... Yeah, they are. So this has got to be some sort of new AI thing. They always go for coolers now. I have to start protecting my coolers in every colony. They go immediately for the cooler. No hesitation. They see that thing, they're like, yeah, kill that cooler. Everybody line up and do shooting. Okay, everybody... Okay, we're not really very good at this. And more... Wow, we suck. We're so terrible. Okay, we've done some work there. Okay. I'm pretty sure all of Switzerland has been murdered. Yep. So we're just going to check it out. We're going to make sure that all of Switzerland has been murdered. By the way, I own all of this. So everything you see here, I own. And if you could, Stench, if you could kind of just hang out there. Thank you. Just see, this is probably the chocolate production company. Yep, there we go. I own that. And then... Who's nearby? Berg, could you go stand over here, please? You guys all come down here. This has gone very well. This has gone very, very well. I've killed everyone in Switzerland for chocolate. And, wow, really, you... I was saying I build overly large bedrooms. This is a little ridiculous. What is that floor made out of? Sandstone. Okay. What's that floor? Is that wood? Yeah. Seeing what I can deconstruct here. Okay, everybody back to work. Good. Well, no, we're terrible. We're terrible people. Good raiding party there. Good job killing innocent chocolate manufacturers. Great job, team. Well done. Let's just get to the steel mining. That's what we came here for. That and the chocolate murder. Yeah, just basically chocolate murder and steel mining. Just everybody do that. Do I have literally anyone who can do any... No, all of my people are terrible. They're all terrible at this. Everybody sucks at mining. I'm not even going to bother with DeHook. Because he's genetically terrible at mining. He's never going to get any better. Unless he does nothing but mining for the rest of his life. Hang on, coffee. Okay, better. I think we repaired the cooler. We'll probably get on repairing the... Oh, I think we've already repaired them. Great. Okay, the thrusters are already done. I need to put somebody on #1 mining. Berg, what are you doing? Oh, you're reading that book, the new book we just got. Somebody's got to go on #1 mining, otherwise we're not going to get any mining done. Stench 2, 2, 2, and 0. Oh, neat. And Birth is going to be tied up with Harry Igor. I guess Stench does all the building. Berg does all the crafting. Knife is doing research. And Birth is tied up with the baby. Always about the baby going on here. So... I guess Berg. I can get away without any crafting right now. Keep those bills on, because the kid can do them. The kid can do some crafting. But focus mostly on the mining. Just get any steel out of here. There we go. This is going to be a wicked slow roll, but at least it will happen, and you're doing better than the kid was. So, obviously, start some regular things like gardening of some sort. So, do a zone... Any growing zone, doesn't really matter. Just get a big, nice rice pile going. That'll hold us for a while. And then do another one, maybe of potatoes. We're not going to go nuts on this, he says, as he constructs a gigantic gardening plot. But rice and potatoes, that'll do fine. Is there anything quickly here that we could deconstruct? Yeah, okay. So deconstruct that. What is this made out of? That's slate, sandstone, granite... Steel. Boom. There we go. Granite. Don't want to hear the word granite. Want to hear the word steel. We've already taken some of the chocolate. That's excellent. Good. I'm glad we've done that. I'm glad this has been a profitable venture. Okay. Cloth sandbags. Sure. We'll take the cloth. Anything else in the area? I didn't really scan the map very well. There's some debris we could potentially deconstruct. What about this? Great, that's an entire steel wall. That can all go. So deconstruct everything down there. Is that steel down there? No, that's sandstone. Okay. Well, Berg's got a little bit going on here. He's got 3 blocks out. He's not... He's terrible, but he's not the worst. And maybe he'll level up soon? Maybe? You'll be halfway competent at this? I bet it's Berg who does all the growing around here. No, it's not. Actually, it's Stench. Good. So Stench can get on the growing aspect of things. Don't really need to sweat power right now because we've got our own generator. And they'll take down a bunch of trees for those things, but also chop down some other ones too. So we can keep both the chem fuel and our generator running. All right. How am I doing on components? I have 24. And I didn't really see as I was scanning around any other component pockets. There's one way up there. What is that? Wow, that's big. We should get one of them. More steel, more components. All right, better map. Better map for what we wanted, which was steel. You have to do learn. You're going to have to flesh that one out for me, Crimson. You're going to have to flesh that concept out because I'm not sure what that means. That's granite. I don't need that. What about here? There's a slate again. You've already looked at that one, Dave. Okay, we can put bodies somewhere. Just not here would be the best way we handled that sort of thing. So how about we did not that. Do a dumping stockpile zone up in there. Right next to the chocolate. Yep, that's what I want in there. And that's going to be primarily for corpses. Not animal corpses or any of those. Just those corpses. Just humans, please. Just put the humans up with the chocolate. Oh, is that a dead thing? Hang on, hang on. There's a lynx hunting to hook. Of course there is. Yes, show me, show me. Why is everything on fire? Did I authorize that? I didn't authorize fire. Okay, everybody except the baby. Get up. Come over here. We've already got a well, you know what? That'll be food at the end of the day. It'll be some food. All right, there we go. Yeah, I know Dahook is terrible. All right, Dahook, how'd you work out with that? Oh, you're fine. You're only going to be dead in 15 hours. You're fine, kid. Don't whine at me. Everybody go off draft. Well, there's some food right there. There's some easy food. What did I plan for a fire? I didn't authorize fire. That's no good. Nobody wants that. All right, medical treatment. Yep. The kid's going to well, I say hospital. It's a bed that's crammed next to the chem fuel tanks in the corner. Can somebody go work on the kid? He's going to be dead in like 3/4 of a day or something. Dr. Stench, could you... I never want to say that again. Could you go tend to the small child with the tail, please? Yes, the one that we abducted. And we're not giving back. Yeah, we're never giving him back. It's not a kidnapping. A kidnapping implies that you would give him back, and we're not. Team, this fire seems awfully close to our base, doesn't it? It just seems super close to, like, where our ship is. The only thing that we have, like, our only possessions are right here. It's, maybe, you know what? How about, guys, team? Maybe we're going to focus on this fire a little bit. How about we lived there? Okay, and then how about all of you guys, excuse me, put the fire out. All right, how about we all put a fire out? It's awfully close to the ship. And the ship is literally all we have. We have nothing else except for the ship. So I'm going to go ahead and suggest, as a team, as a unit, as a corporate entity here, that we go ahead and put the fire out. Yeah, even you, Dahook. Sorry, I probably... Yeah, actually, you should go back to bed. I'm so sorry, Dahook. And I should not have drafted Dr. Stench either. So, yeah, Dahook's going to be dead soon. That kid's bleeding out trying to fight a fire. What a trooper. What a kid. You know, that's positive energy right there. That's what that is. That's what you call positive energy. Kid's like, I'm bleeding to death. I'm going to be dead in half a day. And I'm going to get out and fight this fire. And that's what I'm going to do. And then maybe, if I'm lucky, Dr. Stench will get back in time and heal my wounds. But I'm not counting on it. Because there's a lot of fire. There's an exceptional amount of fire. Okay, Dahook's back in bed. Hey, Dr. Stench, why don't you take a break and continue to heal the kid that I kind of took you off there. There you go. There you go. Well, Buzzkill, I would say that kidnapping also implies a return. I mean, the whole point of kidnapping as a crime is I take you, and then by force, and then I tell someone who cares about you that I have you. And in return for your return, I will demand money or some other sort of goods or service. So I absolutely believe that kidnapping implies return. What I've done is abduct. Abduct says, ain't coming back. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hang on, coffee. Do we have someone who wants to raid? That's a great question in terms of an ideology thing. Is anyone real keen on raiding? I know you have a genetic psychite dependency. We have tea. You're. What do you mean you have a deficiency? 11 days ago. Okay. Do we have any rich soil around here that I could exploit? I love exploiting things. Yeah, right down here. Good. Somebody set up a psychite thing, a psychoid growing area, right in the middle of this rich soil here. That's really kind of a little too much. Apparently, he's bummed out about not having psychoid often enough. Knife. Show me. Did I set up a thing for you? Yeah, knife no fall over. Okay, edit that. Okay, you can have psychite tea every 10 days. Okay, every 10 days. So I assume you're probably going to go get some now when you're done with whatever it is you're doing, which is sleeping. There is some tea up there. Somewhere in here we have tea. I know I've seen it on the ship. It does exist. But yeah, you can totally have some of that. And we'll try and get some more put together as best we can. So going back to who raid people. Let's see. You don't seem to care one way or the other. No execution. Knife, I'm not really sure what you call this then, man. I'm not sure what you call this. We landed next to a couple of Swiss people who were very patiently and innocently making high-end chocolate, the kind that you stamp your name on. And then you know it's really, really classy. And we killed them, Knife. I don't know how much more of an execution you want, Knife. This is about as execute as you get. Did you want them on their knees? I mean, what was the... Is it because they fought back? It doesn't count as an execution? Knife, we just murdered 2 people for some chocolate. Not even like all the chocolate in the world. Some chocolate. All right? And Stench is eating it. Stench is like, oh, this is good. I'm glad we did this. Hey, while you're there, why don't you carry that back? Oh, you never do hauling. Well, to heck with you then. I'm not really sure, like, how more executed you want life to be around here. We executed them. I assure you of that. All right. Yeah, Berg's into it. Recent conquest. Yep, so he's down with that. Recent conquest right there. And he's got a little bell like you get in a hotel. I don't know. Apparently that's... His ideological religious symbol is a hotel ring for service bell. You know what? I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Make your religion silly. Make it ridiculous. You know, you're starting a religion. You're like, you know what? I can do this religion thing. Anyone can do this nonsense. What should our symbol be? You know, not something really powerful and strong. No, I'm gonna do one of them hotel ring for service bells. Ding, 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 ding. Because you ring it more than once. Because the guy didn't immediately appear at the front desk. So Berg, of the hotel bell religion here, ding, is into this. Recent conquest right there. Stench, it doesn't really care. And what do we got here? Oh, hang on, an infection. That's actually important. Bertha won't care. Really likes Stench, though. And got some 11 times 3. Okay, we've got to take a pair of scissors to Stench. I can't be having babies out here and no baby tubes. I need baby tubes. All right? Tubes have to happen. So how do we do? Okay, we're getting a little bit of steel mined out here. I'm going to start sketching this out, because the sooner I sketch it out, the sooner we can actually make something happen. So Odyssey, I'm just going to drag this whole thing down like this. I know you're saying we don't have enough steel. We will. I assure you, we will. Bring that to there. One more. Do it to there. So I'm going to have to put a hull on this. So that's going to cut that down to just 3 tiles. It's really just a corridor more than anything. It's just a corridor. What am I really... I mean, I line the entire thing with shelves. This is 3 tiles wide, so I can cram the engine into the very end here. Okay, engine and then a bunch of shelves is what I'm seeing there. Okay, do that. Just get that process going there. We'll see how it all comes together. So... Oh, Spike Little Girl, I assure you, Stench is getting snipped whether he likes it or not, and he probably won't. He probably really won't be into that. He'd be like, ow, we have not researched anesthesia of any sort. Actually, we have. We know how to do that. Oh, right, the infection. That's why I had it in pause mode. No, that's closing it. Was it to hook? Show me. Yeah, an infection in your left foot. Ooh, bad news for you, kid. I can take that off. I can take that right off of you. We're going to try and cure it. I'm just saying I can take it right off to you. And Dr. Stench is already on the way. Dr. Stench is already tending to you. Okay, that'll all work itself out. Buzzkill, why not? Why not give them both? A little off the top, a little off the bottom. Steven, the problem with that is the thrusters. So I could make it wider down here. And I don't think that will interfere with the thrusters. There's my thruster range right there. So I can't make it wider here, but I can make it wider there. Let's see if we can put some of that together. So if I do that to there, and then that to there, we'll see how that all kind of pans out. I think I'm going to be allowed to do that. We'll find out. We will find out. I'm just checking to make sure I'm not making the ship anything naughty shaped or offensive shaped. I try to be conscious of these things. I'm not making it look like any type of anyone's anatomy, and I'm not making it look like some sort of offensive symbol that somebody wouldn't like. I try to be conscious. I try to be a nice guy. And then we can deconstruct this when they've got those in, and then I can start putting hulls in. Okay, here we go. Get things moving a little bit faster. What else could people be doing, really, is what I'm thinking of. Isn't that area going to be blocked by the research desk and the generator? Not for long. No, we'll move some stuff around. Right? We're not going to just keep that there. I'm going to definitely move the engine all the way down to the bottom, probably. That's going to largely... Maybe I can put it in one of the corners over here. And I could actually move the tanks down here, too. This could be... Knife, could you just quickly refuel the Whoozy McWhat's-It there? We should have already... Yeah, we've got plenty of wood. I've actually got a lot of wood. I don't even need to chop trees down. I have tons of wood. In fact, I should stop chopping trees down. Really. I've got 775 pieces of wood. No, Rob, I think I can make it work. Now, again, coming from a vent guy, I see where you're going with that. What you're saying to yourself is not enough room for vents. You're going to block your vent access area with all of that nonsense. I see where you're going with that. But I can make this work. I'm going to take the engine, hopefully down here, although that's a 3x3. I'm going to need this one wider. I'm going to need this more like this. And that's pushing the limits of what I can do with this grav engine. Unless I go in another direction like up here, which is certainly doable. But I'd really like to just focus on this bit. Is this, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. See, it's already uneven. I can't be trusted. I just can't be trusted. I got it, Crimson. I got it. Believe me, I saw it just as well as you did. I can move the thrusters. We can move all of this. Everything can be moved around. I could maybe put the thrusters down here. This down here could be the whole engine fuel thruster area, which would actually make a degree of sense. It's a darn silly idea to put the thrusters right here. It's just going to burn this part of the ship. So all of that could be moved. And that's the engine's definitely coming down here because I want to make this more into storage, shelving, and production. I'd like to get the machining table in here because that's something we'd use a lot. And I would like to maybe, if I can, get one more separate bedroom down here. I don't know if that's going to play, but we'll see. This might be limited for a very long time to dormitory style. Dormitory style. That's how that might go. Bertha, what are you doing? Oh, you're playing with the baby. Oh, God, thank God. I thought you were... You know what? I'm not even going to go on with that. All right, Berg is getting some mining done. Not an exceptional amount, but is getting some mining done. Who's starving? Oh, never mind. Stench is kind of on it. Stench, could you feed the kid, please? Could you please feed him? Oh, you're already feeding him. Great, good, problem solved. Now, let's look at some more murders. Perfectly good turkey we could be killing, and an ibex ram. Not a great map for animals. Not ones that don't either explode or fight back, obviously. We've got plenty of those. If you move the engine, you move the area you can build on. Oh, yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. Well, the engine might have to stay right there then. Yeah, it is a radius. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. That might mess things up. We'll see how much it messes things up. Maybe I move it more just centrally located. That'd be a good reason to get that other grav engine. Then I could have a much bigger radius to play with. Okay. They're working on this. It's all designed on the fly. It's all designed on the fly. If that's not going to play, then I'll keep this up here and I'll make down here into a production shelving kind of area. It's all a work in progress, Martin. Martin, the nature of genius, which is what you're watching live genius, okay? Hashtag geniusosity, is to experiment and do things on the fly. I mean, do we think that Einstein was keeping careful notes about the things that he did? Probably he was, because he was a smart guy. Did Da Vinci take careful notes about everything that he did and plan everything out? Yes, absolutely he did. There's records of them. They're everywhere. And he wrote in that weird sort of mirror script thing. So yes, he absolutely did that. Did Picasso write careful notes of all the paintings he was going to do and where he was going to put the nose? I don't know. I don't know. I do not. And that, frankly, Martin, you're not new here. This is not your first day on the channel. That's what you signed up for. That when you stepped on board the Dave train, and I'm up on top of the engine, not in control of the train, but I'm up on top of the engine with no pants on screaming, Yahoo! When you stepped on board that train, you knew exactly what you were getting into. Exactly. And what it is, at the end of the day, is live genius. Perhaps not in a sense of genius as you understand it. Da Vinci, Einstein, Picasso. But geniusosity, pushing the boundaries of genius, past genius. Da Vinci would look at me and go, I got nothing on that kid. I don't know, I'm writing things backwards. I got to use a mirror to read my own diary. I don't know what I was thinking with that mirror script thing. Why didn't I just write in Italian, like a normal person? I'm pretty sure he wrote in Italian. He probably spoke many languages. I bet he did. He seems like the guy. Da Vinci would look at this and go, I do not. Okay, so see, Picasso did not keep notes. That's why his faces were all messed up. He should have kept notes. Agent MOR. He should have written down the nose goes in the middle of the face, not off to the right. Okay? He should have put in things like eyes, one on each side of the nose, but a little above the nose, kind of, sort of, but basically on each side of the nose. Ears, one on each side, again, largely on the same plane as the eyes and nose. He should have made notes, or at least taken an anatomy class, because I don't know what that dude was thinking. I don't know what he's got going on there. I've researched prosthetics. I'm very excited about that. We're gonna have to snip stench, because we're going to keep getting babies and I don't have a tube to put them in. Igor is just on the floor. It's 84 degrees in the floor. Cool. And there's a solar flare. Yeah, so our coolers went down temporarily. I think we'll be okay with that, although we could get some meals going on. We've killed some animals, so there is some meat coming in. Is there anything else we could be killing? I'll even take tiny things like a turkey. I'll take the tortoises and that mink. I gotta figure mink fur is worth a lot of money. Martin, you don't sign any papers. It's implied consent. Yep. Yep. So when you get on the train, again, it's implied consent. Consult a lawyer. This is a real thing. You had implied consent when you stepped on board, and I will fight you on that one. Okay, I got a team of lawyers. I don't actually. That's not true. I know a lot of lawyers. I know many lawyers. I've met many lawyers. I love meeting lawyers because I love lawyer stories. I love just like, what's your craziest case? And I will sit there for hours and listen to them. So I know many lawyers. I don't really have a team of lawyers. That was a bit of a bluff. And kind of the nature of a bluff is don't tell people you're bluffing, but I did. So it's implied consent, Martin. You got on a train where the owner of the train, like it actually says Dave on the side of the train, and I am up on top of the engine. Not inside the train, on top of the engine, in no control of the train, with no pants on, screaming Yahoo! So when you stepped on that train, that's implied consent. You knew what you were getting into. That's the nature of implied consent. You knew what you were getting into. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a legal document. It is legal. It's just not a document that you've signed. You made up your own mind. Nobody forced you to do this. Again, implied consent. So This is going to take a while. But the steel is coming in. That's kind of what we came here for. Apart from, escaping the mechs who are trying to murder us in the face, we came here for steel. We've got steel. He did make sketches much like you were watching you do live. Yes, I know. It's live genius. You're never going to get a chance at this again. Unless I start another channel. But that would be a terrible idea. I have a hard enough time keeping this one going on. We're working very, very hard down here. And we're just going to have to sort of keep going as we keep going. So while they're kind of doing nothing, who's supposed to be in charge of gardening? I'm just not seeing a lot of that going on. Yeah, it's Stench, but he's kind of focused on building. Why don't you back off building? Because we don't have a lot of steel right now. You can bang that out really quickly. Really, really quickly. So I'm not worried about getting this done. If push came to shove, if that pop-up came down and said, okay, that's it, the mechs are on their way, we could just cancel and deconstruct all of that and come back to it later. That's no problem. But I do need food. We definitely need food. Food has to happen. We came here for steel, murder, and chocolate, and we've accomplished all three of those. Maybe not as much steel as we thought, but we've definitely done the murder, and we've definitely got some chocolate out of that. So, we're up. In terms of, have we accomplished our goals? Yeah, 2 out of 3 right now. 2 out of 3. Is Harry Igor capable of gardening? I think that's a question that we always ask. Or are you talking about Harry DeHook? They're both Harry. Just one is named Harry, and one actually is Harry. Maybe Igor will be Harry later. I don't know. I can't predict that kid's future when he hits puberty. Maybe he'll be very, very hairy. Who knows? DeHook can't do anything, really. Actually, you know what? I say that DeHook's actually got a decent planting skill. I'd rather have him... Well, I say crafting. We're not really crafting anything except biofuel. So, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Why don't you... where's DeHook? He mostly does hauling and cleaning. So let's back you off of that. Let's put you on growing and plant cutting right now. At least until we get... somebody should probably move this. Is there anyone local? Hey, Knife, could you just get the dead body out of here? It's bumming people out, kid. It's bumming people out. Oh, Michelle. Thank you so very, very much. Now, see, there's someone who understands implied consent. Michelle said, I know what I'm getting into. I see the half-naked man on top of the train screaming. So, okay, so let's get back to this idea of implied consent. If I went to... Thank you again, Michelle. That is very, very nice of you. You guys are awesome. So if I go to take a train, which I probably wouldn't because I own a car, but let's just say, for argument's sake, I said, I'm going to take a train. And I went to the Amtrak station, as one does. And I put aside their terrible, terrible safety record. I say I'm getting on a train anyway. All right, despite the fact that I have a higher safety record in my car than Amtrak does with trains. So I get on their train despite the terrible safety record. And I'm going to get so flamed by some sort of Amtrak viewer. Like, I'm in charge of Amtrak and I watch your videos. Stop talking smack about us. But, it's documented. They have a terrible track record. So despite this, I get on the train anyway. And when I get on the train, I see there's a half-naked man screaming on top of the train, on top of the train. And I am informed that is the owner, that's the owner of Amtrak. That this is the guy who's in charge of making sure this all goes smoothly. Okay, this is like the big chief of Amtrak. Okay, and coming by to do his inspection. So when I look at that and I am informed that this is the person in charge of the train, if I get on that train, I've made a choice. I've made a choice to say I'm okay with this. All right. So again, there's implied consent. Yeah, the power is out again. That's a little fussy. We just need to get this fueled. Who's local that hauls? Where are all you guys? Berg's probably mining. Oh, Bertha's coming in. Bertha, what have you got there? Oh, a dead turtle. Great. Good. Super. Knife, you're gonna have a snack. When you're done with that snack, could you refuel the Huzimek? What's it there? Bertha, dump that, and then you're also gonna have a snack. Could you just refuel that, please? There we go. Just pop that. There we go. Much, much better. Okay, power's back on. What's the temp in here? 65, but probably coming down fairly soon. Yeah, coming down quickly and soon. Excellent. Yeah, I'd like to see some more meals. I don't want us running low on food. Anything new to murder? Oh, yeah, alpacas. Oh, yeah, there's not going to be a single alpaca. That timber wolf looks pretty banged up. How banged up are you? No immediate danger. Bummer. You've been bitten by a turkey. Oh, a dead turkey, I might add. Somebody want to go get that? Knife, what are you doing? Researching. Good. Go get this dead turkey. Just sitting out here being all dead and stuff. I know it's very, very far away, but that's perfectly good food there. No reason to be wasting that. You know what? I'm giving Berg smack for this, but he's getting through this. He's making his way through this slowly, to be sure, but at least it's happening. Okay, I do not need wood in the near future. In fact, you know what? I have so much wood, I'm going to pretty the place up. We're actually going to do wood flooring. Because weight does not seem to be a factor in Odyssey. Weight they don't care about. So I'm not worried about, like, putting too much stuff in here and then we can't fly away. Not really worried about that at all. So may as well make it look nice. May as well make the place look pretty. So why not? Anything else to be deconstructing that might be made out of steel? How about that right there? That's granite. Okay, I think we've got 3 good spots for steel. And I did see there was a larger... It's way up here, isn't it? Yeah, that's where the components were. That's where the components were, way up there. We'll try and get those before we leave. I have some components, but just not a lot. You're right, wood can become chem fuel. I'm sitting on 737 pieces in storage right now, and I'm going to guesstimate 300 more pieces out here, roughly, that we've just taken down, and then whatever we may have taken down in the fertile soil down there. I think we're good. If I need it, we're swimming in trees. I got no problem with trees here. Hey, guys, so maybe you want to go get the chocolate away from the rotting body? Just as a suggestion, could we maybe go haul that? I mean, we came here and murdered people specifically for the chocolate. Maybe we take it farther than 2 feet away from the rotting corpse. Just a thought. This is what we came here for. Maybe you didn't want to get the rest of that? Okay, thanks, Knife. Appreciate that. Well, if the rest of it rots, that's on you. Don't come whining to me when your chocolate tastes like rotting corpse. And it's not high-end anymore. It's melted. You can't even read the guy's name anymore. The guy that we murdered to get this chocolate. Can't even read his name. Don't know who it was, where he came from. No idea. All right. What's that, Berg? Are you kind of retired from mining for today? No, you're cooking. Okay, actually, that's fair. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Oh, wow. Alpacas are coming in fast and furious here. Yep, lots of dead alpacas. That's good news. Everybody likes a good dead alpaca. Where'd I put that psychite? Down here, and we've done kind of nothing with it. We definitely have the capacity to grow that, right? Like, what's my highest growing person? Grow. Stench at 10. Yeah, no, Stench should be fine. Oh, he's working on the potatoes. Okay, so yeah, when he's done with the potatoes, we'll start making the psychite. And we'll get some more tea made at some point. Do I still have that bill in place? Just for checking? Yeah, no. Why don't we do that? Make psychite tea. Do it until we have, say, 20. Just to make sure we've got enough for knife at any given moment. And then, obviously, pause when satisfied. Thank you so much. Okay. Now what? Is there anything we might want to chop down, like heel root? Just give me... There's not much on the map, and that stuff's still very, very young. How about berries? Berries would not be a bad idea. Yeah, we could probably grab those. We'll get those at some point. DeHook, I see you're doing nothing. Is that really a great use of your time? How are you doing? Really good with animals. The cooking is coming up. Cooking is not bad. It's because you're a gourmand. And construction, meh, is okay. It's okay. I should actually probably get you... Find something for you to craft. Because you have a passion for it, so you're going to get better at it faster. Maybe I just... Yeah, you know what? You're overthinking it, Dave, as you often do. You're overthinking it. Just let them kind of do their thing. When is the kid growing up? When's Harry Igor growing up? Because I think at 2, I can turn him into a human Roomba. So how old are you now? You're 1. Okay. All right, so I think at 2... Is it 2 or 3? They can start doing literally anything at all. Is that psychite? What do you... Did we make more tea? Oh, we found... Oh, there was more psychite leaves. Oh, great. Good. Plenty of tea. Neat. It's just that Berg's kind of obsessing about it. That's good, but maybe I should have done it ×4. That's okay. He's whipping through this wicked quick. We'll just keep the murders going. That's probably the best use of our time. Murder, murder, murder. And yeah, I probably don't want to go for the bluebird. I don't think there's going to be a lot of meat on that thing. All right, so great. I didn't even know we had any more psychoid leaves. Well, that'll help. Well, it'll help knife anyway, not be falling over so much. And you're getting some more food there, some more meals. Okay, food is happening. Great, good. What else could I be doing? Tape a mop to them. Yes, well, that's kind of the basis of having a child. Yeah, sorry, your baby is screaming, and you're in the same room with them. Welcome to being a parent, Stench. What did you think was going to happen? What, you think you're going to have a nanny? Royal Ascension, that's just, yeah, that's the overreaching royalty quest. So, obviously, we're nothing we can do with that right now. Like, I'm going to get a throne room put up in this place right now. That does not seem overly realistic. We can dream. We can dream about such things. But no, that's simply not going to happen. All right, what else can I be doing with my time? We're definitely going to snip Stench once you're done with fertility procedures. Excuse me 1 second. So we'll get that done. And that's going to help everybody. Trust me. Can the enemy sandbags be scrapped? Oh, absolutely. We can scrap all of this. Everything can be broken down. Yeah, we'll get all of that stuff. We're in no hurry. We can get that on our way out the door, basically. I might do... Got a lot of sandstone here, a lot of granite. Are there any roofs there that I should be aware of? No. No. Actually, show me... Which one of these is show me roofs? Yeah, visibility of roofs. There we go. Okay, there's roofs there, roofs there. Nothing here, though. All right, so I could deconstruct all that without worrying about a collapse. How about we just take those roofs down? Because I'm going to deconstruct that at some point, and I'm going to forget that there are roofs there, and then they're going to fall over. So, and then I'll be sad because it'll crush the kid with the tail or something like that. And we did get some of those deconstructed. Neat. Why don't we just for stone blocks more than anything, just deconstruct all of that. That'll give Berg something to do. Sorry, not Berg, Stench something to do. Wow, way too much wood. So much wood. I don't need wood. Nobody let me get more wood. Okay, just no more wood on anything anymore. Berg, where are you going? All right, you're a little obsessed with the cooking and less with the mining. Admittedly, we need food. We can't just not have food. Is there anyone else I could put on #1 mining that isn't the kid? I mean, Stench is kind of into it. It's just that Stench is working mostly on the psychoid. Probably not for much longer, though. Once he's got this banged out, he could go do some other things. Okay, I'm just going to let him finish that. You know what I will do is, we don't really need that to be that big. So this zone, just shrink this. You know what? You don't actually need that. Forget it. There we go. That's plenty of psychoid right there. More than enough. All right, more than enough there. What are you doing now? Where are you going? You're harvesting the berry bush. Okay. That's fun. That's great. And you're chopping down those trees. You know what? We won't bother with that because I just said we don't really need that anymore or any of that. No, don't bother, kid. Just stop it. Stop it. Where are you going now? Okay, that's fine. You can get the berry bush. That part's cool. And then after that, do like literally anything else. I know I need more meals, Bresme. What I have is an alarming lack of labor. And I can't really take a lot more people. I mean, where am I going to put them? As I've been saying, and as Rob, my vent guy, has been saying, Odyssey is about space management. Like, I'm used to building whatever the heck I want and getting anyone who comes by. They could have a skill in 0 on everything, and I'd still take them. But now, I can't just take anyone, because where am I going to put them? I'm bummed about the baby. The baby is just a drain. Did we not fuel the thing? No, that's Bertha. Stench, that's a hauling task, so you're never going to do that. Okay, somebody will get to that. Hey, DeHook, I notice you're still alive. Is that because, okay, yeah, you've cleared up all your conditions. Cool. Knife, maybe, no, not Stench. I'll wait for Bertha to finish feeding the baby. Okay. Oh, we gotta get this fueled again. The wood-fired generator's not ideal, but I do have tons of wood. There's no real reason not to use it. And dump him in there, and then the second you're done with that, could you please refuel... No, not the wood floor. Refuel the generator, please. Refuel that. So the psychoid's done. I'm gonna put Berg not Berg, Stench back on number 1 construction and now back him off of plant cutting and things like that. And then we can get, well, the flooring done for a start. Because it's nice to have wooden flooring. It's nice. It's a nice thing to have. It just makes the place look prettier around here. I mean, look how nice those tiles look down there. Stench and Bertha love that bedroom. They don't. It's a terrible, it's a closet. It's basically a closet. Hey, where 3 people are sleeping, one of whom is a screaming baby. Like 6 inches away from Bertha's ear is a screaming child. Could we, I think the real reason that I want this all built is so I don't have to look at the blueprint. I like finished things. Stench, where you at, kid? You're praying. Right. Maybe don't. Maybe do. You're removing the roof. Okay, you'll get to it when you get to it. Hey, to Hook, you're hunting an alpaca. You're actually good at that. You're actually a decent shot. It's probably one of your only skills, frankly. I should give you a better weapon. We should learn gunsmithing. Then I could give you a better weapon. How are you doing? You gonna get that taken care of today, or is this like a tomorrow project? Is this like tomorrow to Hook's problem? You could leave it, kid. It'll bleed out. That thing's bleeding heavily. It can't last. Yeah, you've given up. You've given up. This will probably bleed out in that time, though. Yeah, 4 hours, that thing's dead. So won't worry about that. We'll kind of try to remember to look at that. I've already lost it. It's right there. In the future, because that might go X, and then I might have to allow it. This is all getting unroofed. Good, so I'm not going to worry about that thing collapsing in the future, because you know it's going to. You know I'm going to forget to do that. All right, they're all asleep, except Knife. I'm just going to kind of mentally plot this out in my head. So there's only so far I can move the grav core. Show me this again. Actually, I could move it down there, so long as it still encompasses this. Just I wouldn't be able to build in that direction anymore. Yeah, we skipped the patriotic sacrifice. We always do. We always do. I'm sure people are bummed out. Yep. So I could move it down there. I've actually got a good bit of space. I could probably move that right into the, well, what I'm going to arbitrarily call the basement, because it's down from where I'm looking at it. But that's going to limit me building up into what we will arbitrarily call the attic. So I'll have to have a think about whether I want to do that or not. Might just leave it exactly where it is and then move maybe the chem fuel tanks. That could also be a bit of a production room. I could easily get some tables in there, the tailoring bench, that kind of thing. I wonder if we ever picked up the tailoring bench. I definitely deconstructed it, and I'm not sure it ever got loaded in here. It's entirely possible it doesn't. You know you can search for that, right, Dave? You can actually search for that. Just try the word tailor. See if that comes up. Yeah, no, we did. Okay, it's in there somewhere. Where do you think it is? Oh, yeah, right there. Look at that. That's a fun thing. Good, I'm glad we put that on board. Kind of silly to waste that. Berg has food poisoning. That's fun. That's super. That's going to really slow down the old mining there, isn't it? You're cooking again. Yeah. That is cool. We do kind of need the food. The guy's not wrong. We've only got the 28 meals. We do kind of need the food. It's just now nobody's really doing mining anymore. Okay, how can I rectify this? How can I get... Because we're going to have to leave again at some point. Who does nothing around here? Bertha, apart from taking care of your own baby, you don't really do much. You do some hunting and you do some planting. Your skill is 0. But it's not genetically 0. You will get better at that. We're going to try Bertha here on number 1 mining as well. We're going to see how that goes. It's going to go terrible. It's going to go very, very slowly. But I think Berg was a 2, right? So between a 0 and a 2, it's not that big a difference. I just need to I would like to walk off this map, or fly off this map, really, with as much steel as I can manage. Where are you going now? What is your problem? Oh, you're going to read a book. We've done fertility procedures. Good news, Stench. I've got a date with you and, well, actually yourself, because you're our best doctor. I think this is a no-fail procedure, though. I don't think this can fail. I invite myself to be corrected about that, but I don't think this can fail. So let's get gunsmithing while I just happen to be looking at it. Stench, good news. We're going to take a bit off the bottom there. So we are going to do that because I cannot have babies around here. It's just not going to happen, kid. If you need a baby in the future, I'm going to have to hook Bertha up with Berg or Knife or something like that. But for right now, you just need to go ahead and, kind of get snipped there. To Hook's on a go frenzy. Bertha is mining. Excellent. Who else does doctorizing around here? Bertha, great, good. Bertha, this will come as a shock to you. Could you go operate on your husband? And, well, I was going to say it's removing the bit that you might like, but it's not. It's not removing that at all. It'll still work exactly the same as it used to. Just with a lot less chance of a baby in the future. I'm pretty sure this is no-fail. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced any of the fertility ones are a no-fail procedure. Okay, so that's going to ease up on the baby thing. Bertha, right back to mining. Bertha didn't care. She's like, yeah, give me the scalpel. I'll slice him right open. I have to deal with that every night. There we go. So that went well. That went well. DeHook is watching somebody do mining. That's not really going to help, kid. That's not going to help. Do you have nothing to do? If you have nothing to do, kid, could you actually start cleaning? All right, because it's a real pit around here. Why don't you start by cleaning the kitchen area? Just clean the whole kitchen. All the drawings that you did on the floor for a start. Also, this cooler, is it wicked hot out or something? This cooler is, I feel like this could be doing better. Let's see if we can get that down a little bit. I mean, it's barely refrigerated. It's not frozen. It's barely refrigerated. I know everything's generating heat. I'd love to be able to double wall this, but that's not going to happen. That's just not realistic. Okay. Berg, where are you going? You're butchering things. What are you going to butcher? Oh, did the thing die down here? Maybe we let somebody else get that? What is it that's dead? It's this thing? Okay, you know what? I'm going to have the kid get it because he's moving way faster than you. And he's on a go frenzy. The kid is just wired to detonate right now. Just let the kid get it. He'll be there and back in no time. You won't even know he's gone. The kid's moving like lightning right now. Look at this kid. Alpaca in his hands, tail flying behind him. Oh, the door is open. Oh, that's a problem. Berg, move those berries. Get those out of there. Very silly, Berg. Thank you. Okay, that'll help. Oh, yeah, it's already frozen. There we go. Well, it was probably nice and cool in there. They appreciated that. I know you ate without a table and you ate in the freezer. I don't know how to... I do know how to help with that, which just the helping is going a little slow. A little slow there. We are using up the steel as fast as we get it at this point. Any other deconstructible things for steel? We're going to get all that done. None of those. That's a slate wall. No, I think we kind of... Except for the debris, we've kind of deconstructed all the things that we were going to deconstruct. I'm not going to go as final as that because I'm a genius and I'll take any options, really. Any options. That's the nature of genius. Hashtag geniusosity. But I would take... The only colonist I'm willing to take right now is someone who walked up and excelled in mining. Like, really... you know what? I'd say excel. I'd take someone who even had a 5 or a 6 at this point. Maybe a passion, that one might be nice. That would be adorable. But I need anyone who's good at mining. Or I need to devote Berg, really, to mining. What's your problem these days, Berg? Apart from the fact that you have to sleep next to a kid with a tail? You're in serious pain. Oh, that'll be the old food poisoning there. Yeah, that's what that is. That's a food poisoning. You're sick. You see, you keep throwing up. You made the food. Okay, don't come whining to us. You made the food. Oh, who's got the flu? Who is it? Harry Igor and Stench. Okay, Stench, while I'm thinking of that, are you on self-tend? You should be. Yes, you are. Okay. Could you actually go take care of your own baby? So tend to Igor, and then probably tend to yourself. Just get this knocked out here. I mean, I'm not saying the death of Harry Igor would be a great tragedy, because he's not contributing. But, you hate to lose that sort of thing. There we go. And you're tending to yourself. Okay. We're on track with that. Terrible quality in that. I see we're eating the chocolate that we murdered for. You know that's a limited supply, right? I'm not just swimming in murder chocolate. I don't have an unlimited supply of murder chocolate. And guess what? The people who made the chocolate are not making any more. Okay? There's a very finite amount of murder chocolate because we murdered the people who made the chocolate. Right? You see where that's going, Stench. So maybe save that for special. Okay, maybe we save the murder chocolate for special. We don't eat that like every day. Maybe we have that like once a week as a treat or something. Because it's not coming back. Unless we find another group of people who are making chocolate and we murder them for murder chocolate. Okay? Hashtag murder chocolate. Hashtag geniusosity. So we're not getting any more of this stench. So just kind of easy on that. Easy on that. All right? Are you in bed because of the flu or because we sliced a very, very, very delicate part of you open? Okay, the whole body. Anesthetic. Yeah, flu. Yep, we snipped that rather. Yep, that's gone. But no more babies. Not baby, well, no more unplanned babies. There might be babies in the future, but I will be in control of their destiny. I will choose who their parents are, and then I will immediately put them in a tube. We can't. Stench, this is one of those things where you can technically do it in the real world. It's just not recommended. Can we reverse that? Yeah, we can. Okay. We can definitely do that. And it's probably a no-fail operation, unlike the real world, where it's very much can be a fail operation. Oh, I had a friend who did that. He was not happy. Oh my god, he said it was the worst thing he's ever been through. Worse than getting snipped in the first place. So we can reverse that. I can make you whole again, Stench, as much as it is. Igor, how's the old flu going there, kid? So we're up to 11 versus 8.2, 8.3. Okay, I'm sure it's probably going to be fine. You don't have to pay a lot of attention to babies, right? When they have the flu, you just kind of let them ride. They'll be fine. Unfortunately, this is kind of taking my workforce down even more. So we got Berg up and running, who's hunting an alpaca, and then eating more murder chocolate. Great. Bertha is mining. Okay, great. That's exactly what I want to see. I don't suppose you've gotten any better, have you? No, wow. You're so terrible. I don't have any decent miners at all. Oh, wait, are we already getting rice coming in? Oh, yeah, we are. That was quick. Oh, rice is very quick. That's kind of the point. Medical treatment for whom? Barry? No, don't worry, kid. Your dad's on it. Papa Stench is on board. Oh, that sounded even worse than Dr. Stench. Where's the kid? I'd like to get... Oh, he's asleep. I'd like to get some more cleaning done around here. Place is an absolute pit. And I kind of need... Oh, I need the steel, definitely. We need to move on this. We can't let this building's, plan sit forever. We actually got to build it at some point, because we're going to have to take off. The mechs are going to find us again, and then we're going to have another 15 days to eject. Where are we? How close did we get to the next site? Okay, so we are... Where's our murder party here? Where are we? That one, right. That one right there. Okay, so... Not bad. I don't know if we can do that in one jump, but we can probably do it in two. What are these sites? Arid shrubland. Okay, is that a person? I don't know. It's probably a tribe of some sort. And then what do we got here? What is that thing? That is a windy pond. Ooh, okay, we could do some fishing there. So I bet we could jump to there and then jump to whatever this horrible site is. All right, that's probably going to be awful. It might be nothing. It might be nothing at all. All right, so 2 jumps, we can get this done. And we're, okay, a little bit more mining coming in. Gunsmithing is done. Neat. Maybe I should just go... I want to say geothermal power, but then we'd have to put a new one up every time we landed. How about tube television? That's a very, very tiny thing that I can put in the ship to cheer them up a little bit. Do that. Do that. I would love to actually get the art bench up, because what we don't have is really anything to trade. My goal would be narcotics, because they're small. They're easy to store. The art pieces take up a whole tile, but the narcotics don't. You can stack those pretty high. So I'd love to get into more narcotics, but I don't have anything to trade. If a trader pops by, I'm kind of SOL. Hey, DeHook, I see you're up. Stop doing whatever you're doing and clean the barracks. Okay, you live here. Keep it clean. All right, there you go. Hey, DeHook, why don't you do some construction? I know your skill is 2, but I believe that is enough for a wooden floor. Why don't you work on the wooden floor? That'll be something fun for you to do. That'll build up your skill. Okay, you're going to work on that because you were probably going to work on that anyway. And now you're going to have a snack. And then hopefully you're going to go work on the wooden floor. I think a wooden floor is just skill. It could be skill 0. I think literally anyone can do a wooden floor, which is odd because that's like a really highly skilled thing. If you mess up a wood floor, it just looks terrible. It doesn't last long. You know, you only get a couple of years out of it and it starts peeling up and buckling. Nobody likes that sort of thing. How's the flu on the baby? We are 21 versus 28. And Stench, how's your flu doing? You are 43 versus 23. Okay, Stench is going to be fine. We're not worried about that. We are vaguely worried. Hook, what are you doing? Okay, stop it. Can you work on the wood floor? Get out of the freezer, first of all. That was it? That was your entire thing. You're going to go remove a roof. Okay, that's probably a 0 skill thing, too. I just like... Kid, it's just... It looks unsightly. We've got half a wood floor done and nothing else. It's just unsightly, is all I'm saying. Berg is cheering you up, which is neat. You're tending to Igor. Good. I was just going to ask if you were going to do that. Perfect. So let me see how we do here. Stench tends to Igor. 68% quality. And we're at 32 versus 24. Okay, that's looking a lot better now. It's going to be a tight one, but I think the baby will largely be fine. And where's the kid? Removing roof. Okay, that's fine. You can do that. That's okay. And again, I know I will forget that, and then we will go to deconstruct that, and it will fall on somebody's head. So now we don't have to worry about that. And it'll be a good chance for the kid to build some skill up in construction. All right, let's review, shall we, kids? Bertha is doing some mining, slowly but affirmatively. Stench and the baby are down. Knife is a night owl. Berg's still obsessed with cooking. We are a little bit struggling to keep up on meals. A little bit. We could do some more murders. There's a perfectly good turkey over there. How much meat do you get from a quail? So, filth rate of 1.0. Meat. God, there's so many numbers in this game. There we go, 36. That's not actually that much, as opposed to a turkey that is... How much on a turkey? 84, yeah. So basically, a turkey's about twice as much as a quail. All right, we'll kind of cross that bridge when we come to it. Is chocolate classified as a drug so you can ration it? That's a great question. I actually don't know the answer to that question. So, social drug... No, just give me a drug policy. Just give me any new drug policy. No, it is not a drug. Okay, close that out. No new policies. So, no, it's not a drug. I don't... Actually, I could do it in a food policy. Give me a new food policy. So, give me a new one. Yeah, I could. I could actually say they're not allowed to eat chocolate. I can't tell them how often they can eat chocolate, though. That's my limit. I can tell them to do it or not do it, but I can't determine their frequency. So steel is coming. We'll get this done at some point. I really want to hustle on that, though. We don't have unlimited time here. The rice is going to be coming in momentarily. When that pops, I'll flip people over to number 1 plant cutting to get that done. The kid's beginning to learn construction. And then when this is done, I'll figure out how that's going to go. And then probably by the time we've done all that, it'll be time to make the next hop to closer to the new grav engine. That's probably an excellent place to wrap it up for today. I'm going to go get something to eat, maybe take a shower, have the rest of my weekend, such as it is. And you guys go off and please do far more important things to do with the rest of your day than watching this nonsense. But I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I genuinely mean that. I know I say that all the time, but I am shocked and amazed when people turn up and watch this nonsense. And yet here we are. Here we are all this time later. So guys, thank you so very, very much for coming by. We will, of course, pick up more of this again next week. We'll do it, see you Friday, see you Saturday, see you whenever. But thank you so very, very much for coming by. I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. So I will see you next time.